much or too little, lack of energy, fatigue, having trouble in concentrating and making decisions, and also feeling hopeless. The next one is seasonal affective disorder, and basically this disorder happens during the winter. However, it typically goes away during summer or spring. The next one is psychotic depression. It has the same symptoms like major depression. However, with additional psychotic symptoms like hallucination, basically they will feel like see or hear things that not there. Delusion and paranoia. Next one is postpartum depression. Usually happens to women after their childbirth, followed by situational depression, where they have trouble in managing stressful events. For example, like they have lost family members, like divorcing, or even losing their job. And the most depression is the major depression, and this will be explained in the next slide.
So I will be explaining about the symptoms in patients with depression. So the symptoms will be divided into 4 aspects, which is emotions, thoughts, behavior, and also physical. So for emotions, patients with depression will feel sadness, anxiety, guilt, anger, mood swings, and also irritability. And for thought aspects in patients with depressions, the patients will have self-criticism thoughts, impaired memory, indecisiveness, confusion, and the most severe one will be the thoughts of death and suicide. And for physical, patients will usually have a chronic fatigue, lack of energy in their daily life, sleeping too much or too late, weight gain or loss, and also loss of motivation, and lastly substance abuse. And for behavior, these patients will usually withdraw from others and do not socialize with other people, neglect of responsibilities, and also changes in appearance.
For the treatment of depression, we usually focus on the antidepressant medication, psychotherapy and counseling, and also social support and to help the patient to change their lifestyle. For antidepressant medication, usually doctor will give medication that works by balancing certain neurotransmitter in the brain. The medication is usually given by the symptoms shown from the patient. One of the usual medication given is selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, or mostly known as SSRI. This works by decreasing serotonin reuptake in the brain. And the second type is serotonin and norepinephrine reuptake inhibitors, or also known as SNRIs, that improve serotonin and norepinephrine levels inside the brain. For psychotherapy and counseling, usually it is given cognitive therapy, behavioral therapy, and cognitive behavioral therapy, which will help the patient to learn ways to react to things and also to challenge preconceptions by society. This will also help the patient to come up with goals to beat their depression. The next type of counseling is the interpersonal therapy that focuses on practical issues. This type of therapy usually involves the relationship of the patient with others, as depression will affect the relationship of people. The next type is the psychodynamic therapy. This involves the individual counseling, and it works better with unconscious mind and how the patient will react to the treatment itself. The last but not least is the social support and how the patient will change their lifestyle. They really need supportive person for the last one, why we need to break the stigma on depression? Firstly, mental health issue is increasing because of exceeding human difference and self-centeredness. This is because when someone has depression, they cannot express their feels because there are a lot of society that will look down on them. So this will give increasing in mental health depression. Okay. Secondly, depression is always be considered as a feeling rather than a legitimate illness. Okay, so how we need to break this stigma? Firstly, we can provide mental health education as a part of curriculum so that every child can build a positive perspective, breaking the stereotypical notions. And last but not least, self-acceptance and acceptance of others is needed in order to make society more accepting. So in a conclusion, we really need the society that accept each other so that the depression or this mental health issue can be decreased for the future. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you.
I didn't do anything.
You're a cheater! Why are you doing this to me? To our family! How could you?
I swear to God, nothing happened between me and Sarah.
Enough of this! I cannot do this anymore. Leave us! This is not your first time. I'm sick of it. Just the same thing happened over and over again. Jenny! Jenny! Pack your things. I want you out of this house. Seeing you remind me of your father. Get out!
Sitting here waiting if I. So let me just give up. So let me just let go. If this isn't good for me, well, I don't wanna know. Let me just stop trying. Let me just stop fighting. I don't want your good advice or reasons why I'm alright. You don't know what it's.
So Jenny, how are you today?
Fine.
She's look a bit sad.
Yes.
She doesn't seem fine. So lately, does she have any problems or troubles?
Yes, because last few days she tried to jump into a pool. Meanwhile, she cannot swim,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, she tried to commit to suicide.
Okay. So does she shows any symptoms like loss in appetite, maybe difficulties in sleeping,
Yes, yes.
or she doesn't interact with other people?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
think she's in a depressed mood. So and it's a major depression. It's quite severe.
Mm-hmm.
So there's also several types of other depression disorders. So like psychotomic, dystemic, and also seasonal affective disorder. So but for her case, it's major depression where she shows the sign of loss in interest in most of the daily activities for at least 2 weeks. So it's quite severe because she's already in a committing
Suicide,
suicide.
yes.
So I will prescribe her with some antidepressant medications, and also I will schedule her to a counseling session once a week to try to recover her from the depressions. So I think that's all.
Guys, I got some hot issue to tell you guys.
What is it? Tell us now.
Keep calm, Wendy. Actually, last night, I got a text from my friend's friend saying that Jenny's trying to kill herself.
Oh my god,
You know, he might do something bad to her friends.
Of course, who want to be friends with someone that has mental illness? Hey you guys, did you guys realize that I am here and I am her friends? What happened if this thing happened to your family or maybe yourself? Let me tell you something, yeah. Do you think that Jenny really want to kill herself? Of course no. Because she thinks that suicide is the only way how to solve her problems. And one more thing, by having people just like you guys, will lead her to become more depressed and feeling down. Because you guys keep thinking negative about her, about depression people.
Mary, I'm really sorry what things that happened to Jenny. I really did not expect that this can be worse like this.
Okay, for now, I really beg you guys, both of you, to support her and stop think negative about her, about depression people. Please.
I'm so sorry, Mary, for spreading useless gossip. Next time, I and Wendy will go to Jenny and ask for her forgiveness.
It's okay, friends. I just need your help to stop negative thing about her. And yeah, I really need your support to support her.